I made a special trip in here today just to see you. You look awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
1, 2, cheese.
You know how to do it?
I'm George Takei, discovering all things tech in Takei's Take, Boston. I'm headed to the Boston Convention Center to check out Innovation at 50 Plus, hosted by AARP.
We've reached out to entrepreneurs, innovators, and venture capitalists to try to create more market supply of interesting technologies that benefit people over 50.
The item that has the most buzz here at the convention is the smartphone physical.
This is a live course electrocardiogram device. You can actually take a look at your heart signals from an iPhone case.
Like Dr. McCoy's medical scanner.
Definitely. Put a couple of your fingers on these electrodes back here, so every time your heart beats, you're getting 2 peaks. The first peak and then a smaller peak, indicating the actions of your heart.
So how does this impact the general public?
This tool can be put in the hands of patients themselves, who can very easily, as you just saw, take data themselves, so they don't actually have to spend the time or the money to go into a clinic every time they think they have an issue going on. So now let's move on to a couple more technologies here that are going to look at more visuals from your body.
What this is an iPhone case that I can put a specula on and take a picture of your eardrum. And that's obviously very useful for example, if you have any hearing issues, we could see if that's because of your eardrum or because of a lot of wax.
Tickles a little bit.
It's nice and sparkly.
Oh, good.
And you can see...
Oh, it's not that clean.
Well, cleaner than most people I've seen, actually.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is an ultrasound that can actually fit in your pocket. Unlike some of the other devices you've seen, this one needs a physician. Now, primary care docs can use an ultrasound right in their office to find out if there's a plaque buildup in their carotid arteries.
Well, I like to think I'm healthy, but can you try it on me and see?
Absolutely.
There's something I can do to get rid of what I see there?
Exercise and a low sugar diet. I mean, for someone your age, this is very clean.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
It's fitting that I have a smartphone physical here in Boston, always a leader in medical research. Now it dominates in biotech. Biotech employment has shot up 40% over the last decade here, and it has been a top spot for investment. Kendall Square is packed with biotech companies, big and small, and I've come to see one of them, Bluebird Bio.
We're focused on patients that have usually a lethal disease where there's a single gene that has gone awry. We figure out a way to transform, if not cure, those diseases. We do it in a fairly technical way using something called gene therapy. And gene therapy at its heart is taking and inserting a single gene back into cells. And when those cells go on and fill the system back up, now they have functioning copy of a gene they didn't have before. You can possibly transform this disease by just treating the patient one time.
The goal of the company is to create truly transformative medicine for these patients. It's not just incremental improvements, it's a giant leap forward.
All right, so I'd like to show you some of the cells that we actually infuse back into the patients. This T cell is used to potentially treat patients with cancer. The idea is that we take the T cells out of the patient's body, genetically modify them so they then recognize the patient's tumor and then reinfuse them back into the patient so that they cause tumor regressions and hopefully cure the patients of their disease.
Yeah, so that cell has been actually genetically engineered with this virus such that it will now recognize a cancer cell.
And so you put this amount back into your patient?
It'd be various different amounts. And sometimes in some T cell therapies you can infuse billions and billions of cells, and that's enough to actually treat the disease.
Gene therapy, once the stuff of science fiction, is becoming reality. I can't help thinking to myself, is this the next Massachusetts miracle? If I've learned anything from my visit, I can see that Boston is still a torchbearer for innovation.
Because Boston is really where the revolution started.
A city with such a revolutionary past will continue to help build our future. Young innovators can manufacture prototypes faster than ever before.
The people of Hiroshima wanted to keep that as a reminder